Poland Daily Travel. I'm your host, Will Richardson. On this series of episodes, we're going for a walk in the park, and quite a long walk at that. As you've seen already, and if you know Warsaw at all, it has some fantastic green spaces. But this is one of my favorite walks, right through the center of town and off the beaten track. I think it's safe to say there's very few cities that you could do such a long walk out of sight and away from traffic. We start in Marienstadt. That's the first neighborhood rebuilt after World War II. It took about 2 years. From there, near the old town, we head progressively in a southerly direction. This is a walk you're going to want to do to get to know the city, no matter what time of year you come and visit Warsaw. You'll see the University Roof Garden. It's one of the largest in Europe. You'll see a bit of Powisle, the district between the river and the center of the city. You'll walk through woods and parks. You'll see Ujazdowski Park, one of the absolutely loveliest spots in Warsaw. And finally, Ujazdowski Castle. And we'll end up at Pole Mokotowskie, the site of the first airport in Warsaw. That's Mokotowska Field. And for most of the journey, we'll be walking eastward along the ridge, and just below it, the ridge separates the center of town, Śródmieście, from Powisle, or the riverside. So thank you for watching. It's been a pleasure doing this series of episodes for you. Poland Daily Travel. Sometimes travel is in your own backyard. Hello everybody. When last we met on Poland Daily Travel, I was walking from Marienstadt south, and it continues. Here we're on, I told you about the division between Powisle and the rest of the city, which sits on a ridge, an escarpment, and this is ulica na Skarpie, because we're on that ridge now. If you go down the steps, it's a little bit steep, but if you go down the steps, you will end up in Powisle, which is flat all the way to the river. Here, I just wanted to say, is the Earth Museum. And the Earth Museum used to have an amazing collection of Earth flags, or flags for the Earth, which was suggested for a project for Polish Expo, and some years ago. It was quite a long time ago. But after 1989, maybe 92 or 93, in Seville, where these flags were suggested designs of many different famous artists and graphic artists throughout the world. And there was even one by Kurt Vonnegut, if I remember carefully. And the idea was just, recognizing common humanity, and what's wrong with that? So the Earth Flag Museum, the Earth Flag exhibition was here for ages, but it's no longer there. I don't know where they've moved them. But that's the Museum of the Earth. They have another exhibition now, Jerzy Krzyszak, Wystawa of photographs. So there's an exhibition of his photographs. So if you're in Warsaw, you can check that out. I don't know how long it'll be there, but they always have something interesting there. Anyway, we continue on our trip. Now we're going straight on down, and we're going to end up behind the Sejm. We're going to cross another bridge. But there are other treats in store on the way. So, see you in a second. Listen, I was walking along, I saw some incredibly large stones, and I said to myself, that must be something that I've never seen before. It's probably been here forever, and I just ignored it on my previous walks. And there's a nice old building in there. I don't know what that is, probably a museum of some kind, but these are very old rocks that they've collected from various ancient periods, and this is also to do with the Earth Museum. So it's related to the different ages of rocks. I mean, yeah, that's a rock. That's not fake. That's real. You don't want to stumble and fall on that. And this is telling you the different ages of them, and all that. So if you're into rocks and into the Earth Museum, you can see it here. Okay, come on, let's go. Okay, here we are. I'll just tell you, this direction is Plac Szykrzycy, that's the three cross square,
the Sheraton Hotel and some of the most expensive boutiques. The beginning of Aleja Ujazdowska, which goes right down through the center, past the seat of government, and past the Belvedere Palace, and Łazienki Park, the Royal Gardens at Łazienki. But right now, and also the Sejm is just, the back of the Sejm is just up here. That's the Parliament. But for our purposes, for a nice walk, it's more interesting this way, because we don't need to go over there. That's the busy city. We're on a nature walk. We're looking for peace and quiet here, okay? And I'm going just to, where do you see this view? I'm going just to the edge here. And remember, we're on the ridge, so we're a little bit high up. And if you come right to the edge here, you're going to see a very nice long walk and a park that goes down to the Wisla Strada, the expressway that runs parallel with the river. You can see all the way down there and even see the traffic. And we're about 1 kilometer away. So there you are. Massive park down there.